Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Sunday, April 10th. Yes, it is. What an interesting week. Having started my part-time job this week and experiencing so many things. So I'm on my lunch break right now on my full-time job. And as you can see, I'm parked in a great parking space that has a lot of shade. Being in Florida, if you don't park someplace where there's a lot of shade, or if you even have a windshield visor, your car will get extremely hot inside. So when I come to work here, I always park in the shade, and I always have my windshield visor. And this is where I have my lunch. Why? Because during my lunch hour, I don't want to hear the intercom at work calling associates or listening to other people's drama show and all that stuff. So before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. If you're a visitor checking out my channel for the first time, then please subscribe to my channel if you feel my content resonates with you. We'll be right back. So Tuesday of last week was my first day on my part-time job. What an interesting day it was. Fast-paced. You don't have time to look at your watch. You can't wear your watch anyways because it'll probably be destroyed. So as you guys know, I work at the Yacht Club part-time. 3 days a week is all I need. My saving for my goal to sink down payment on is going really well, because I started saving for that way before I started my part-time job. So anyways, how did it go Tuesday night? First of all, everyone I work with is very nice. It's very fast-paced. In that, as you know, I'm a dishwasher at the Yacht Club, and I'm not the only dishwasher. I'm one of the dishwashers. We're not washing the dishes by hand. We're simply loading up the dishwasher with dishes and pre-soaking them. But what an incredible pace. I don't stop working there until my 5 hours is up, at which time I'm going home. But during those 5 hours, guess what's happening? Someone's always bringing me food, because I do work in the kitchen, okay? My first day that I was there, one of the employees says, make sure that when you come in to work, you make yourself a plate. I was surprised, because that day, Tuesday, which is my first day, I got out of work, out of my full-time job, went straight home, and I made something to eat because I didn't want to go to my part-time job on an empty stomach. So when I get there, they tell me that, when you first get here, make sure you make your plate and put it away so you can have something to eat later. Well, naturally, if I start at 5 o'clock, that means I'll be working during my dinner time. And all the food there is free. When I worked there Friday, because I'm there 3 days a week, it was incredibly busy. But the help that I get is a lot. So all the weight is not always placed on me. One of the employees kept bringing me ice cream, cheesecake, brownies. There's enough food there for everyone. We had a function going on of 1,500 people. To give you an idea just how many dishes, pots, and pans are being used. We had a function of 1,500 guests. I'm not surprised. It's a very big yacht club, one of the biggest in Florida, one of the biggest. And I wasn't surprised. I did notice that I'm starting to suffer from dry skin because my hands are always getting wet and soaked in warm water. So my hands are getting kind of dry. So I have to start using some skin moisturizer so I don't get cracked skin. But the first night I worked there was very tough because I had just left my full-time job and I went straight home and I didn't get a break till about 10 o'clock when it was time to come home. So right now, I'm having my chocolate protein shake as lunch at my full-time where I'm at now. I don't feel hungry. Earlier for break, I had a banana and some grapes. Right now, I'll have a chocolate protein shake and some grapes. I skipped breakfast this morning because I had a chocolate shake. So I'm replacing 2 meals with shakes and fruit. Why? Because I'm finding myself that on those 3 days that I work at the Yacht Club, I'm always eating something as I'm working. So I don't want to have a regular breakfast at home and then a warm lunch at my full-time job and then go to my Yacht Club to go work and then eat again. I'll be putting on too much weight. Although I'm so busy burning calories that I don't think I'll gain that much, but I have to be careful because I'm the kind of person I hate to say no, okay? So since I'm gonna do that, I have to compensate somewhere so I don't take in too many calories. Plus, over the years during my life, I find out that the thinner I am, the more energy I have, and I need the energy. So that's that. The other thing I want to talk about is last week I mentioned that I had met someone and that I was hoping it would go somewheres. Well, it's not going to go anywheres. The reason being is because we had so much in common and we were both transsexual women. Well, she's a transgender because she only had her gender reassignment, not sexual reassignment. I had my sexual reassignment and gender reassignment. She only had her gender reassignment. There is a difference, but I don't treat someone different because they didn't have the full scope surgery like I did. The reason being it's not going to work out is because there's a conflicting attitude going on with her that I notice. Excuse me. Excuse me. Must be some pollens out here. But anyway, what I noticed is I was getting the idea like she would be the type of person that would not put an effort into a relationship. The second thing I noticed is she lives 2 hours away. And last week I had a small conversation with her. When somebody lives two hours away and all we do is text and talk on the phone, I like to go a little further and maybe push for a little FaceTime so I can put a voice, a text with a face instead of just pictures. Up until the point I decided it wasn't going to work, all I had seen was pictures. And then I must have been dismayed a little bit on Friday because she texted me a picture of her and it looked nothing like the picture that she had on her dating profile. So I was a little bit put off. So that prompted me to ask her to FaceTime. So Saturday morning, before coming to work, I had asked her if she wanted to FaceTime a little bit. And she said that she was leaving and that she had things to do, and she didn't think she had time to FaceTime. I said to her, well, you don't have to be home to FaceTime. You can FaceTime for a few seconds while you're driving, like I'm doing right now. See, I could be FaceTiming someone and driving and talking with someone, and they can see me driving and so forth. But she said to me, I said to her, you don't have to be home or have time to FaceTime. You can FaceTime for a few seconds or a minute while you're doing something, or driving, or maybe at home doing something. She said, true, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to FaceTime. And to me, if you can't find time to do something when you're trying to build a friendship or a relationship, when you already have like 2 hours away distance, then when will you make time for anything? Okay? So immediately after that, I told her, that's fine, no problem. I thought about her actions and her demeanor a little bit. And the reason I came to tell her that this wasn't going to work out, I said, we're better off just remaining friends. After I told her that, she didn't even have the decency to touch back on that or anything. I gave her a full 24 hours to touch back on me. She never did. That to me is somebody who's not looking for anything, not looking for a friend or anything. But I want to let you know that's the situation that I'm experiencing with a lot of trans people. This is why a lot of trans people don't date other trans people. Too many similarities. Too much arrogance going on their side. I'm not trying to display any arrogance on my behalf, but I'm picking that up a lot with other transsexual people. So I picked up that her effort is, there's a limit to her effort. And she doesn't set priorities when it comes to making friends and dating with the opportunity to become maybe a partner or a loving relationship. I didn't get that from her as I got to know her, which was less than 2 weeks. And just the fact that I sent her a text telling her that I think we're better off just remaining friends, she didn't even touch base on that, didn't even reply to that. So just on that alone, I decided I was going to cut ties with her, period. So I kind of blocked her on my phone, and I kind of blocked her on my Facebook. So that's that. And then she told me that she has trans friends that don't date other trans. That in itself tells me that she's probably going to be the same way. I think I am more open-minded than more trans people. I am. I'm very open-minded. And that's the difficulty that I'm having meeting people who are open-minded like me. So, back to the drawing board. As a matter of fact, I had more non-trans people have better communication than some trans people. I think what it is some trans people still have issues that stops them from getting into relationships. She did tell me that she don't have many friends. Well, I don't have a lot of friends. I have some friends, and I'm very close to some friends. And she says that she gets turned down a lot by people that she's trying to date. Well, I wonder why. Her communication skills suck. So, if you're not willing to date out of your boundary, or if you set boundaries, then you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. I don't want to be that way. But while meeting people on Facebook dating, I did manage to make some good friends. I've been talking with another woman. She's non-trans. She's a cisgender woman. And she has a boyfriend. Originally, she was looking for a sexual partner just for her. And she said that her boyfriend didn't mind. But I mind. I don't want to be somebody's second choice. So I told her that. I told her that I don't want to date you because you're already in a relationship, but I would love to be friends with you. So we've been friends. We're going to meet up and have lunch, and we're going to have coffee or whatever on my days off. And we've been sharing a lot of pictures, like family pictures, my family and her family. And she texts me every day, and I text her every day. We've voice spoken on the phone and all that stuff. And there could be something to this, in that a real friendship scenario only. So it's not all lost because I lost one person that could have been in a relationship. Doesn't mean I got to cancel everybody out. But that's what's going on. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing very well. And trying to keep my channel going, which is never going to stop. There's always something to talk about. So I'm trying to keep this video really short. Don't want it to go over 20 minutes. If there's anything going on later on or tomorrow, I do have Wednesday off. I might meet my friend for a coffee or maybe lunch. We'll see what happens. And if I do, I'll keep you guys posted. So I hope to see you guys again very soon. More than likely later this evening or tomorrow after work. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend.